Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Mitchell, and today Justin and I will be discussing about. Wait for it. She blocked me. We do these Instagram lives every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys find this video content of value, you guys can show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equal to the value of this video. Our details will be in the description and on the screen. And of course, if you guys have any questions or concerns, you can send me, MrMitchellTang, or Justin Thumb Action, a direct message, and we will respond to you as soon as we can. But without further ado, I am going to add Justin on the line right now. So if you guys could just hang on tight, I would send Justin. How is everybody doing today? Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is staying warm. It is really cold right now. It's really cold. So that's why I look packed. What's up, Justin? Okay, so Justin, I'm going live with you right now. Hello, Curtis. Oh. How are you doing, man? Hello, Bree. I am waiting to see if this is going to connect. The internet might be a little funky right now too. I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm doing good. Bree. How are you doing today? Okay, let me see. We might have to cancel that, Justin. Let me add you back in. Let me send you a request. Hello, Marina. How are you? Are you at work? What's up, Justin?
Yo, what's good, man? How you doing?
What's good? I'm good. You in your car?
Yeah, I'm in my car. You know what I'm saying? They're doing construction at doing construction at my girl's place. So that loud noise was too much. So I'm on location.
On location?
In the streets of San Francisco. Out here getting that real dirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hope you stay warm in there, man. It's
oh no, I heard the heat. Yeah, no, this thing is like a what's up, Julie? Bubba Gang. This thing's like a damn oven, man. I turned the heater on as I was trying to rig this up to make it work, and I was like, "Oh, I am hot." I turned it off, took my hat off, man. So yeah. Hopefully, this isn't too alarming to the people.
No, you're good. It
might be a little darker looking.
No, I like that light is shining on your face. Just in the back of the police car.
No, I'm in the front of my old ass car. Yaku. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
We got trouble in here. Got Bree, Marina. So we got a whole gang. We got the whole gang in here too.
It's cold for SL.
It's cold for San Francisco, yeah.
Yeah.
What's like the weather like? I don't even know, like 38?
Oh, I didn't even check. Yeah, it might be 30? 40. It ain't the 30.
It's cold.
It's like the 40s maybe. Really low 50s, like the 40s, but it's like yeah, Bree. I'm from the Midwest, so I used to be used to like snow and stuff, but I done became bitch made since living out here, man. I'm too used to like being cold.
What's up, JR? Hey, JR. I gotta give a quick shout out to JR. You gotta stop it. Thank you, but thank you so much for all the donations, man. I really appreciate it. You're doing too much already, but thank you. What's the conversion of Celsius to Fahrenheit? Because it's 4C in UK right now.
Well, I know that 0 in Celsius, I believe, is freezing. I think, and so it's like I think freezing in Fahrenheit is it 36 degrees?
It might be, but it's definitely colder than that already.
No, I'm wrong. I'm way off because I think 0 in Celsius is actually absolute 0. I'm showing my ignorance here. Like, I'm one of these people that's like, I'm just smart enough to be stupid as shit. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know terms, I kind of know things, but like facts, I forget stuff, and it's a little off. So I could be like, oh yeah, it's absolute 0. Then someone will look it up and be like, he's full of shit. So yeah, y'all, you know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, y'all beware. You know,
Yeah.
just being and that's just being honest, being honest with
Mm-hmm.
myself and others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like we got the crew in here already. Everybody's in here, so we could get this all started. You ready to get this started, Justin? Our
Oh yeah, you
topic
know.
of today is she blocked me. This doesn't go. It's not just her blocking him, but this goes both ways. But Justin, we spoke about this earlier. There's gonna be like some sort of distinct differences if the guy blocks her.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think
So
it's a
Sarah, how
lot
you
of
doing?
what is up? There are a lot of similarities, but there are definitely some differences and different reasons. I mean, different motivations, you know, with different people. And I also want to do a caveat with this. We was talking about this earlier, which is I have never been blocked, you know, and I had one situation where I had to block somebody, but it's not as prevalent for me. Not because like I'm that smooth of a dude or nothing, but it's just it's a generational gap. I think, like I was already an adult when MySpace and shit was hidden. You know
don't
what I
talk
mean?
about MySpace, man.
So
Where the
yeah, I'm dating
MySpace
myself.
gang at? Who the MySpace gang?
You know,
Who
so
know
needless.
Tom?
Listen, we betrayed Tom. All right, Tom was our friend. All he wanted was to be our friend.
How you doing? Yeah.
And we left Tom. We left
Tom
for Zuckerberg, who sold our information and our metadata, who violated our privacy rights. And all Tom wanted to do was be our friend. So we are trash. Okay?
We are trash because I like the whole
people
music in the back. You know,
are trash.
You could put music, you know, the whole Zanga kind of days.
Yeah, Tom just wanted to be our friends. He gave us everything and asked for nothing.
No.
And we abandoned him.
We remember there was like the top 8 that you have, and it caused a lot of dilemma. It's like, yo, what at person number 1?
Well, you know what?
I was your best friend.
Well, I mean, that person just be better.
Yeah.
Be a better friend. You earn your position. You know
being a piece of you know?
Be better.
Yeah.
Look, I was ruthless because I remember you could write those scripts. I would cut it down to a top 4. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even have a top 8. It's like 4. You know what I'm saying?
You're not even on my screen.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But then, that's also back before unlimited minutes. You know what I mean? I had those old school flip phones.
After 9 o'clock. We put our age out there.
But I had that. You know what? I had that deal where you could have your favorite 5. So 5 people you could talk to unlimited. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah. But I say that to say, what's up to my homie Tom, man. He gave us everything.
Yeah.
And we abandoned him.
We blocked Tom.
We blocked Tom.
We blocked Tom.
So we owe Tom an apology. He is the Dark Knight. He was the hero that we needed, but we didn't deserve.
He started it all. Then straight to the heart. Yeah. Trouble blocked me before. She said I didn't give a crap. She told it's a test. That's one of the things. It's a test.
Bree said, I think MySpace is still up, but who's been to MySpace?
Who actually logged into the MySpace?
Who went to MySpace?
I lost my password. But, it'd be interesting. We should bring it back. We should bring back our old photos. But anyways, straight to the heart. All right. Yaku said, I love the custom background for MySpace. Yeah. You can do a whole lot.
MySpace was hidden, man, but we were trash. We abandoned Tom. So,
Musicians only use MySpace now. Oh, okay. So it's mostly musicians. Okay. Thing of the past. Thing of the past. But let's move on to She Blocked Me. I know we got a little sidetracked, but it was an interesting topic. Rest in peace, MySpace. Trouble said, I know this topic is about me. Not everything is about you. Moving on. What does it mean when she blocks you? And this goes for him blocking you too, right?
Yeah.
But we just kind of go over it. We'll give you tips and tricks, what to do. But yeah, so Justin, what does it mean when she blocks you?
I mean, from our discussions when we talked about this topic, I think one thing we agree, it can mean a multitude of things, a multitude of things. Maybe you came on too strong. You know, maybe you're boring and she just doesn't want to be bothered with you anymore. You know, maybe you're a creep. You know, you know what I mean? Like it could be so many reasons why you got blocked. Which is, you know, a reason we started with this slide, because it leads to one of our
Hello, Patricia, how you doing?
Another thing, you know, thing, which is, you know, understanding why you got blocked. But yeah, I mean, we'll get to that. But basically, that means, like you said, diminished attraction, over pursuing, annoyed her. You know, she got somebody. Yeah,
she might got somebody else in her back pocket. You don't know that. We got a couple ladies in here, and for the ladies, I want to ask you guys this question: Have you ever blocked a guy? And if you did, maybe you could share some of the reasons why, and then maybe it could prove our point.
Yeah.
Mr. Wyatt, how you doing? Mr. Wyatt.
Hold on. Yaku said something interesting. He said she would be more inclined to block than a guy. They get messages from guys all the time. Well, and that's a point that we was going to definitely bring up, you know, in a little bit in the future, which is like a difference between like a guy blocking a girl as opposed to girls blocking guys. I do think that there is more inclined of a level of like fear and creepiness. Like I think dudes just are has an innate tendency to be like creepier or or like, you know, might scare a woman, like you say, over pursuing, you know, unwanted attention, unwanted messaging and stuff like that could definitely be signs of, you know, unhealthy behavior that might you know, that might really, I mean, legitimately scare a woman off to where she feel blocking you is her, you know, one of her only responses.
Oh, Bree says if she could join in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll tell you what. I'll do then. I'll back off, and then because you host it, and then let her come in and share her thoughts, because it'd be awesome to get like a female opinion. So hold on. I'm gonna exit out, and then you can join
and now I'll add Bree in.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna exit
Bree,
out.
we'll add you in right now. Okay, Bree, let me add you in right now. Let's see. Okay, I just sent you a request. Oh, hello, Bree. How are you doing?
Hi, sorry.
And pleasure meeting you. How you doing?
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
I'm okay. I'm just been kind of going through stuff this past weekend, but going to the topic, you know, I block a couple of people. I mean, for different reasons, but main one was like, you know, guys over here, I'm telling him I'm married, and he's just constantly, hey, can I get to know you? Stuff like that. And I'm just like, no. Like, you're being a little bit too, what's the word? Aggressive.
Aggressive, yeah.
And even when I was single, I didn't like that stuff either. People send random requests, like let's say on Facebook, because I didn't have Instagram yet. I was like, you know, I don't mind being friends, but there's a fine line for me. Like, I'm not one of those types of girls where you're just gonna ask for pictures or whatever, videos from me. And back then that was like the most common thing was, you send me a picture, I'll send one back. So I was like, you know, don't do that. I don't like stuff like that. If we can be friends first, sure. If I end up liking you, then maybe. But other than that, don't be sitting here in my DM saying, oh, you're beautiful, can I get to know you? But you really want one thing.
And you can smell that a mile away, right?
Right. I'm like, I may not have been like all the other girls back in high school getting pregnant and stuff, but I'm like, I'm not the one. Don't try to play me like I'm the, I guess you can say, like some guys say, you're easy or whatever. So people like that, they kind of just get on my nerves, period. Like, even I'll still get messages now, and I'm just like, block, ignore,
report sometimes.
I'm like, just leave me alone.
Yeah. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
How many types of DMs do you get in, like, let's just say in a span of a week?
Maybe
From
one or
like,
two now.
mm-hmm.
Before, it used to be
Mm-hmm.
like 3 to 4, sometimes 5.
Yeah.
It just depended.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just depended on, like, I guess the person and what they
Mm-hmm.
found. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think back then I was more of public posting.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's
Mm-hmm.
more private. I
Private.
don't,
Mm-hmm.
I automatically, if I make a new profile, I'm like, oh, private. I don't want random
Private.
people adding
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
Like, if
mm-hmm.
I was like, posting like you, then that'd be
Mm-hmm.
totally different. But because I post like my family and stuff,
Family.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
just anybody on here.
No, I totally understand. And there's something that, like, that was interesting to me, which is because when you told me it was like I might get 3, maybe 4, maybe even 5. So let's just say you get at least 3 to 5 in a week. So in a span of a month, you're getting at least 12 to 20 messages in a
Hmm.
month, and that could get kind of repetitive. And
It is because they all say the same thing. They all say,
yeah, you're beautiful. Can you send me some
right.
photos? Hey,
Or
yeah.
they'll say
Mm-hmm.
something similar, but they'll say it in different words. Like they'll try
Mm-hmm.
to word it differently, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, no, like go
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, no, I understand. I totally understand. Yeah. Um, do you have any questions for Justin as well? Do you have
Um,
anything that you want to ask Justin as well? Mm-hmm.
Shoot, I did have one, and I totally lost it. Um, I'm not
Oh, no,
sure.
it's cool.
It'll
It's cool.
maybe I'll just post it in
Yeah.
the comments if it does
In
come
the
back
chat?
to me.
Okay, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
no
We,
problem.
me and Justin, we're definitely going to be talking about what you just said earlier.
Okay, cool. Thanks for adding me on.
Yes. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, it's a
Bye.
pleasure meeting you.
No
Okay, bye
problem.
bye.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you. All right, Justin, I am going to add you back on right now, and then let's see. All right, and then let's talk about. Okay, hold on.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Yo, that was awesome.
That was
Thanks,
good.
Bruce, for sharing, for
Yeah,
real.
thank you.
For
Yeah.
it, just I know. Side note, we are working on some ideas, so we could
Mhm.
actually have like 3 people at a time. We can talk to folks, get their
Yeah.
experiences and everything. But yeah, that was.
Hmm.
I mean, it was cool that she shared. What wasn't cool was dealing with 20 up to 20 of those crazy ass messages
No.
a month.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's a
That
lot.
is insane. Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean that's
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, look.
Hmm.
I would just being blunt. We in our show, we talk a lot about
Hmm.
like guys, bettering themselves, guys empowerment, without putting dudes down and everything, or trying to attack guys for being guys and all that stuff. I think we are very like dude positive. We guys, so it's in our own best interest.
Hmm.
That said, there are a ton of creepy bastards
Oh
out
yeah.
there, man.
Oh yeah.
Like a ton of creepy bastards, and I think it's dudes, we gotta.
Hmm.
I think guys need to be responsible in understanding that, like, when a woman does decide, like, say she's gonna, accepts going out on a date with you, and we've even said this in previous shows,
Hmm.
like to a certain degree, she is putting her life
Out
on
there.
the line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if this dude decides to go crazy, or
Yeah.
he's not right, like,
Yeah.
she really is like putting like an insane amount of trust in you, no matter how they may mitigate it. They may say, let's meet in a public spot, let's do this, but she's choosing to meet. Like, there's a level of risk involved for her.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
I think it would be remiss not to acknowledge that. So, when dudes are sitting up there and you're being creepy on your phone and you just texting random girls, or like direct DMing them and talking about like, yo, send me some pics, yo, with you. It's like, yo, dog,
Straight to the point. This is what I want. Yeah.
let's remove ourselves,
No,
from this, and look at it from the other side, try to get that bigger picture.
And I could totally understand where Bree is coming from too, where when she was like, I get all these DMs and like she was like, I'm just gonna put it on private just because I don't want to deal with that. She'd be telling like guys like, look, I'm married, and they don't care. They don't care. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's insane, and it is funny too, because like the truth is like most. See, I came in here for the noise. Motorcycles coming by. Yeah, that's how you know I'm live from the streets, people.
Okay.
But
I see a car parked behind you too, Justin. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm out here. It's better than the jackhammering though. That was crazy. Anyway though, like I was saying though, it's yeah, I think a lot of dudes really need to realize that. I mean, because, like when she said, 3 to 4 a week, that sounds bad. That's bad, but it doesn't sound like too much. You know what I mean? It's like, 3. But yeah, when you say like, 20 a month, like 20, that's almost one every day.
Almost one. Yeah. And then that's like a full-time job. That's like a full-time job. You go there Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Weekends off.
No, real talk.
Yeah, you get
real
weekends
talk.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, real talk. So it's
but that's something that I want to point out too, which is because like come on, like us men, we don't get hit on by girls, right? And if we do, it's very sparingly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if we do, even if we do, it's not if it goes awry, it's really the sense of danger that a girl may feel.
Yeah, it's not like they'll be like, yo, can you send me a photo of your thing? Like you don't hear that. And if you do hear that, man, out there, just back away. Like, she ain't the one. She
unless
you
into that. Unless that's what you're looking for as a dude. You're like, oh, okay. So. Yeah.
I just feel like a piece of meat at that point. I feel like a piece of meat.
That's what you be getting? You be dancing and stuff, and like folks just be sticking you like, yo, let me see you dance. Let me see you dance. Send me a private video.
You can check out my YouTube. It's on my profile, but
it's on your OnlyFans. That's what.
No, I don't have that. Don't have that. Don't have that.
I will let you be.
But which is why, because like, so when Bree was like, I get like 12 to 20 in a span of a month. Like, imagine getting hit on like that every day, and then this is like COVID time too. So imagine going out. Imagine going out. So maybe you can add that to that too. So maybe 25 in a month. Like you multiply that into a year. Oh my God. It's like, you have to understand that woman has this thing called a bitch shield, where it's kind of like, yo, I know what you're trying to get at. Just back away. I know what you're trying to get at. Just back away. I don't want to keep on talking right now. There's a couple of comments that I want to kind of go over. Let's see.
I see one where you just straight up, you're a piece of meat, Mitchell.
Mitchell, I wonder what.
That's what they're saying.
Mitchell's a piece of meat. It can be very irritating, Brie. Yeah, for sure. No one hits on. Yeah, everybody hits on Julie. I think Julie is she's a very outgoing person, and a lot of people are attracted to that type of personality. But yeah, so what does it mean when she blocks you? Usually, it's because maybe you could be over pursuing, you're annoying her. She might have somebody else. She might just not like you no more. But the core of it is you destroyed the attraction, and when you destroy attractions, how do you get that back? Right? There's reasons. There's reasons. So let's move on to our next slide, Justin. She blocked you because.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, this goes kind of what I mentioned earlier when we was talking. Just understanding why you got blocked, which is the crux of all of this. But before that, I do want to throw a caveat out there with and I ask anybody, like, if someone blocks you and you want to know why, I ask you all, take a step back, ask yourself, is this worth my time? Like, do you really care? Seriously, for men, for women, like, step back and look in the mirror, remove your ego from the, like, how dare they blocked me? Remove your ego and really consider, like, what is this person bringing in my life? Or what do I want from this person? Is it something that's worth me putting in this effort of reattracting them, trying to get community, because it is a lot of work and it can be time consuming. So before you go further, ask yourself that question. Because like I said, I'm old school. You know me, I'm scorched earth. Like if somebody blocked me, I could give a damn. Like all right, it's over. You know what I mean? You don't want to be my friend. I want to be your friend anyway. You know what I'm saying?
We going back to kindergarten?
You don't want to be my friend. I don't want to be your friend anyway. Take a screenshot.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Right? Wink, wink. What's that supposed to mean, Yaku? I don't know what that means. Cheeky Julie, she said maybe they blocked the person. They don't want to see the person again. Yeah. So it's kind of like the first reason, which is kind of out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And if she blocks you knowing that, let's just say you're a very charming guy. You're very charming. You go with your words. And she's like, look, it's kind of like a bag of chips you don't want laying around the house or a bag of cookies. Kind of just got it out of sight, out of mind. Because I know if you're around, like, I know that his words might reattract.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, I think what you're saying is like, if it's a situation where, maybe y'all been talking to something and she feels an unexplainable attraction to you, although rationally she knows like you're not good for her or y'all not good for each other. Yeah, it could be like, you say when you go on a diet and instead of being like, I'm just not going to eat cookies anymore, but if it's in the house, you go eat it, you just throw them out, like get them out.
Yeah.
That definitely could be one of the situations, and probably is a situation in a lot of those, Yeah. Hold on, what did Marina say? I agree. Depends on what that person means to me and why they blocked me. Sorry, if they didn't care when they blocked me, watch. Yeah. Like that's me. That's my policy. I'm scorched earth, but I'm also older and I'm also an only child. So, do with that what you feel. Like, I'm used to being alone. I got no problem.
I like being alone.
I got no problem being by myself sometimes,
COVID made me appreciate being alone even more.
It is.
So
COVID is very eye-opening for some things.
What's up, Carter? How you doing?
What's up, man?
And then Julie said, oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So Julie said, or maybe they blocked that person because they have feeling for that someone. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Which is like she might or he might have somebody else lined up. You don't know that.
That's a possibility.
Very big possibility.
And I mean, we go back to like the over pursuing, which is the needy, and I think that like understanding why it take the thing with that is I think it will take a whole lot of self-reflection. Like I said, I've never been blocked like that before. I really think it's a generational thing, but I have been ghosted in my life. Like people just stop texting or something like that, and it makes me step back and reevaluate. Like, what did I do? Was I just always messaging? Was I hounding them a lot? Was I, was I over pursuing? Did I seem needy? Was I, too nice? Which is a thing.
Yes,
I mean, I know that there seems to be this weird like kickback to us, like, oh no, there's no such thing, and but no, especially when you're talking about like dating and flirting and stuff, there is definitely a thing about being too nice. It's the reason that phrase "nice guys finish last" is out there for a reason.
Someone's kicking Julie out. What's going on?
Who's kicking Julie out?
I don't know. Why is Instagram Live kicking Julie out? We like Julie in here. Let's not kick her out. It could be a misunderstanding. Yeah, it could be a misunderstanding as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, I thought you brought up a good point too. Maybe that person didn't block you. Maybe that person deactivated their account, and it might seem like it's a personal attack. It might seem like it's a personal attack, but it's not.
Yeah, it really has nothing to do with you. It's more maybe they're going through something in life, or just want to take a step back. So and understanding that, because that's another thing is when we don't have information, we don't know. Our minds tend to run wild with like trying to fill in holes. And it normally fills in holes with like the worst possible outcome. It could be this person wants to go to social media detox, and you took it as, oh my God, they hate me. They don't want to talk to me again. And now I did it, so it's take a step back, really try to figure out
you ain't that important
why you were blocked.
Yeah.
Wait,
But
Bree asked, "Have you guys been ghosted?" Oh yeah, hell yeah, I've been ghosted.
oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
ghosted. Yeah.
yeah. You talking, you think everything's good, all of a sudden you're just not getting replies again. It's like, wait,
Yeah,
what
it's
the,
like,
what the
I'm
hell?
talking to myself. I'm
What the
talking to
hell?
myself. Yeah. Being
Yeah.
blocked. Yeah. Being blocked is annoying. I feel like it's immature to block someone rather than confronting them first. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I will say this: it does. I think it depends on the situation. I mean, we living in a digital age where like blocking and stuff
Yeah.
is it's common now.
Yeah.
Um, you know, that's another thing that's like really kind of messing up relationships and stuff. Is like so much stuff is based off social media and the new digital age, but we have yet to even really understand and came up with like the social cues and like the social kind of rules and ethics of interacting on this new platform. And you know, so it's easy for so much stuff to get misinterpreted and you know, lost because like we don't have like set boundaries and rules. Like if you meet someone in person, you kind of know how to act based on if you like them, if you don't like them, if you know, if
the
you
first few seconds,
yeah, but in you know social media, it's starting to get there, but we forget how new all this technology really is, and it's changing how we interact socially. And I think it's leaving some gaps.
Which you know it makes it harder too for people to kind of meet in person now because I always like meeting people in person. You know that way I can understand who that person is. Like talking to that person through text or whatever, you don't know how that person interact. You don't know whether or not you like that person or not, whether it's intimate or maybe it's like a friend. You don't know. So you can't really gauge off of that. But you can get an idea. Let's see, Julie. Julie, go ahead. Block me. Go ahead. I ain't scared. Or pursuing. Plus, you don't have to give a reason to block somebody. It may not be worth your time. Yeah.
No, not true. I think well, that's another thing. It's you know, it's an easy out. You know what I mean? Like if it's somebody, say it's not even romantic, say it's just like a friendship or someone you're talking to. If you decide you don't want to interact with this person, but you met them at work, that's super awkward. Go to try to avoid them, you know, it could blow. But but online you could just hit a button and be like, okay, I don't really have to interact with this person at all anymore. That shit's intoxicating, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know, so definitely.
Julie said, I done it before and I'll do it again. Oh, I didn't know you blocked me. I didn't even know.
That sounds like a threat. That sounds like a bomb threat, or like I'd have murked some people before. I'd have shot people before. I shoot them again. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of. I love you, Julie girl, but I'm a little terrified right now. We could remember Boba Gang. Just as you doing what it is you've done before.
Remember that
remember
one
the
time.
Boba Gang.
50% light ice. That's what you like. Question of the day. Question of the day. Justin?
Yeah. Have you ever been blocked? If so, do you know why? I mean, simple. Yeah.
I fear for my life right now because I know if I type something wrong, Marina will roast me. I know that. I'm feeling it. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, she did roast that doll, yeah. She almost ruined the show with that roast, man. I was laughing so hard I couldn't make that comeback.
I was reading it like, what the going on? Like, what am I saying?
Yeah, you know what's messed up? And I shouldn't even admit this, but I know because I would get canceled, but I don't have shit to cancel me for anyway, so it's fine.
Go ahead.
But like, and this is how I know I feel horrible. I feel fucked up. It's like, as I read that post, like in my head, it did the voice. You know what I mean? Like as I said,
the Chinese voice.
Yeah, it did the voice as I read. I was like, oh no,
that's racist. That's racist. That's racist.
I was like, oh, why?
I was gonna say something racist, but I'm not.
Oh man, hey, I'm not proud of that. But she wrote it like that, and it like went. It like that's how it went. I was reading like
English.
He needs to learn to speak. Oh no, like that might be one of the greatest roasts ever. For real. I don't know if Marina's still there, but that was that was.
She might be watching it later on. But what did Bree say? Let's see, Cheeky Jew. You know, many people got blocked during the election time. That's why Yaku said.
Oh, definitely.
Boba Gang Julie. Oh yes, election times was probably the most I've had to block lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marina's still in there. She heard. maybe a couple times in history, but hardly ever. Just blocking people. But yeah, have you ever been blocked? If so, do you know why? Understanding the why is really important. On my earpiece walking around, but what happened? Yeah, we talking about how you roasted me. One's enough. Now we got Marina. Okay. Moving on. She blocked me in some platforms, but not all. So what does that mean, Justin? What does that mean?
I think that the number one thing I think that means is she wants to basically dictate how you can interact with her, or how you can at least see her or view her. You know what I mean? Yeah, she wants to keep you confined to only certain parts of her world. Or, you know, that's my main thought. That's what I really think. It's like, oh man, like we used to message all the time on, I don't know, WhatsApp, but now she's blocked me on there. I don't even know if you can do that. But, you know, but she hasn't blocked me on IG. Well, you know, okay, she doesn't want to, I take that as she doesn't want to talk to you directly like that anymore. You know, but she still wants you to see what's going on in her life. And that could be many, and there could be many reasons with that. You know what I mean? It could be an ego boost, sort of like it could be to make you jealous.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a test.
Yeah, it's definitely a test. That's for sure. It's definitely
definitely a test.
So,
ladies, when you block a guy, there's reasons why you block him. Maybe you want to block him because you don't want him to be able to, you know, the read receipt is something very new to us. You know, the whole read receipt. So, like, if I block somebody, let's just say I block them on Instagram or Facebook, right? There's no way, like, if they message me or whatever, like, and if I read it, they could see that I read it. But if I didn't block you, say on text, right? And you don't have an iPhone or whatnot, right? And you read it, like, you could still read it without having the other person know that you read it. So I feel like that changes the dynamic a little bit, and that's just because of technology. And I think, you know what? I think who started the whole read receipt first? I don't know.
I don't even know. And like, that's I gotta be honest too, man. I know that once again, going off a little off topic. I don't know how I feel about that.
The read receipts?
Yeah, like it's
a game. I feel like it's
a game.
You're an asshole.
Because it is a weird thing to like go back and then see somebody read it but haven't responded to you yet. But then it's like, okay, and like if it was that important, should you have just called? You know, you know what I mean?
You don't like, call no more. Who still calls?
Or like, is this person? Do I really expect this person to just be sitting down, like not doing nothing, like texting back and forth with me all day without any? You know what I mean? So it is weird, but it's a weird mind fuck, man. Like that read thing, they're like the only read I think you need. Like we need to work on pulling that one back. Let me see.
Julie made me do it. She didn't make you do nothing, Marina. You did it. Mitchell blocked me on Messenger.
Yeah.
Dang. Only way to contact them is IG. Bree said.
I got you. Some people don't want you to know some parts of their life, and or she could be going through something too. Yeah, I definitely. I think that's the biggest part. Like, you know, they want to dictate like how you interact with them. You know. Let's see. Marina love. When I was single, I didn't want some people knowing some things about me. Hey, understandable. They roasted you again.
I'm not reading that. I'm reading what. I think the right thing to do when he or she blocks you is to accept, respect, reflect, and try to talk to a confident person so that you can express what you feel. I think that's very good. I think that's very good. Have a confidant.
Yeah,
have somebody.
Definitely. Yaku put in real life block equals restraining order. No, man, that's very true, and kind of in line of what we was bringing and talking about anyway. It's like, if you get blocked, it's like don't be emotional. Don't come back like, oh, they blocked me. You know, you got to step back.
Yeah.
Take the ego out of it. Yeah. Try to dead your emotions. Understand why that person blocked you. What's up, man?
What's good? What's good, Alex? How you doing?
Understand why that person blocked you. And then reflect on like, okay, this is because that's the funny thing with this too. It's like you'll never know until you actually talk to them, and if you bring it up. So you are taking a shot in the dark. So it could be like, all right, this person blocked me. Is it something I did, or are they going through something? Kind of try to figure out the best thing around that. But speaking in regards of like, flirting and dating and that whole aspect being blocked, it could mean so many different things, kind of like what we said earlier too. So like if I'm a dude like trying to pursue a lady and she blocks me, well, okay, I'm a bad person about this because like I said, I'm kind of scorched earth. She blocks me, I'm like, well, whatever, I don't want to deal with you no way. And I keep it moving.
Oh, thanks for all the hearts. Thank you for all the hearts.
I keep it moving anyway. But that, like I said, that's me, and I don't know if that's healthy either. So like, don't say I ain't saying that's the way to be. But yeah, you do. I will say this: feel your feelings, feel however you feel about being blocked. Then put that shit, compartmentalize it, put it in a box, lock it up, take your ego out of it. If you really want to like pursue this person, if you really want this relationship, and they haven't explicitly told you no. Let me caveat that with that. If you say, hey, feel it, and she's like, no, leave it alone. Don't be a creep. But if things seems to be going well and she blocks you out of the blue, like I said, that stuff could be like a game. Yeah, or she could be going to something personal, so it's about how you respond after that. You know what I mean? What do you think about that, man? I've been rambling on.
Oh, no. I think everything, you hit the nail on the head. I think when she blocks you or he blocks you, it doesn't matter who it is. The core of that is to just leave him alone. You have done something that diminished attraction, whether it's being needy, over pursuing, you did something wrong, whatever it is. Time is your best friend at that point. Time is your best friend.
Yeah.
What? But hold on. Let me read some of these comments. Let's see. I see Alan. I see you. I'm not gonna. He said, "Hit it, quit it." Okay, all right. Maybe that's not the best choice, but it's all good. Reason. Julie Mitchell blocked straight away. Okay, I see you, Julie. What about he or she was a catfish? Yeah. There could be a lot of reasons. Maybe she ran out of photos. She ran out of photos. She was like, yeah, that's it.
It could be that it could be that Nigerian prince, quote unquote. You know what I mean? Throwing up those pictures, trying to get you to send that credit card information. You know what I mean? That definitely could be an issue. Yeah. So you gotta be, you gotta be careful. The catfish. I know I'm not the only one that remembers that show on MTV. That catfish show, man. Dog, those folks was wild.
You wanna tap on that? You wanna touch? Well, what happened?
Oh no, it was just crazy. Like how in depth a lot of these online relationships and stuff went on. But one that I remember the most that had me dying was like this girl thought, and this is how you know how old this is. This girl thought she was like dating like Little Bow Wow or Soldier Boy or one of them cats, right? And she thought she rode on it hard. You know what I mean? Like, I'm dating this and that.
Yeah.
And they asked her, like, well, why do you think this? And she goes, because one time I needed money and he sent me $10,000.
Okay.
And so that was kind of like, for real? She was like, yeah. So that was like, okay, this is strange. Like, we definitely know you're not dating this person. But who would just say you $10,000? Long story short, it ended up being like this other girl who was catfishing her, saying that they was like Lil Bow Wow or something, and the way they sent the $10,000 is they made a GoFundMe. And people donated the money, and then she took the 10 G's. I was dying laughing, man.
So
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, that's diabolical.
Yeah.
That was diabolical. But yeah, catfishing is a real deal.
Yeah, I've never been in that position to get catfished just because I don't allow that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't allow that to happen. Like, there's face, like, you got to see the face. There's FaceTime. Hit that button. It looks like a video recording thing. Hit that button. See it, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not big on the online dating back when in my, single day and stuff. So it's
But now it's weird to not be like, if you didn't meet online, where do you meet? And it's like, where else?
Yeah, no,
Supermarket.
That's a good point. It's like you actually talking to people.
Like you could talk. I didn't know that.
They're bringing up. How about homeless?
Let's go on a blocking date. Yeah.
Lives in a shelter but doesn't want you to know how her life is. Well, it's like, I mean, that's real. You know, that's real. I mean, I think that's like I ain't gonna front. I don't know. I don't necessarily know what to say about that, because that is, first off, that's a real situation, especially in this day and age with the economics. And stuff. You know, and you know, that person that's in that situation, I know they're just trying to first and foremost take care of themselves. I would hope that they would focus more on trying to get themselves, you know, back on their feet. And take care of themselves. But then I do know, you know, sometimes you meet people, it's not the best time, and you know, stuff like that. So once again, that goes into like the reasoning and kind of what we said before, and like what you mentioned is like sometimes somebody's going through something that has nothing to do with you. You know, and they may block you, or they might just straight up go ghost on their whole social media platform. So, you know, you gotta also pull back and kind of realize, like, okay, is it me? Is it not? And which kind of steps, and then, you know, get a little bit ahead kind of stuff into the stuff we was gonna bring up anyway, is, you know, attempting to like reestablish that communication. You know, we talk about it from the perspective of the person who was blocked. Trying to connect with the person who did the blocking. But then in that situation, you know, hopefully, you know, that person gets back on their feet, they get in a better situation, maybe they can reach back out. And if they're comfortable, if they really want like a real relationship or whatever, that time, open up and explain the reasonings for doing what they did. You know, I think that's a maturity thing. That's also just, you know, it is a pride thing, man. That's some hard shit to talk about. You know, you don't want all your information out there. So I totally agree with what you're saying, Justin. Exactly. And then honestly, with something like that, it would like, I would almost recommend for your mental health to, you know, not necessarily keep that to yourself, because I don't think there is any shame in that. Because you know, people
have somebody.
Stuff, it happens for different reasons. But at the same time, I can understand you needing to protect your mental as much as possible in that situation. It's already super hard. The last thing you want to do is open yourself up to any kind of negative thoughts or negative energy online. And people coming in trying to shit on you in your situation, not knowing you or what you're going through, you know. That's that double-edged sword of the social media game, man. There's a lot of positives that's come from it, but I mean, it's a ton of negatives too.
There's a ton. So you got to have that somebody to talk to. You gotta have that somebody to talk to. And I appreciate you, Justin. I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate you too, Mitchell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now go ahead and get this soft shit off, man.
And Sarah said, Mitchell, I can't and I don't want to block you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alan said she needs help. Some people be down to, look, what's 10G? Oh, 10,000. Okay.
Yeah, $10,000.
Come see me, Mitchell. Wait, she's outright just asking me in public. Okay, all right, okay, I like that.
It sounds like a perk. That sounds
perfect. Watch out for the deep fake interactions now.
That deep fake shit is terrifying.
Shadow Cat, hello. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so
what else? Appreciate. What about bullying? Yeah, that's all. No, the bullying. That's bullying. That's a whole nother topic, man. Like, the bullying shit is
I've been bullied.
Out of control.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It hurts.
Well, you know what sucks, man?
Here.
You know what sucks now?
It hurts here. Yeah.
Is that the bullying, like, it doesn't stop. You know, like, I remember, like, because I had times I was bullied at school and stuff, you know. But in my day, it was like, if I was bullied at school, once I left school, it was over. I didn't have to deal with it anymore. I had my own life. So that was only like this much of my life that I was dealing with it. But now with social media and kids living on social media, not only is this everywhere, it's amplified like times 100. So, you know, it becomes this just insane chamber of like people saying shit about you or, but you know, bullying you and stuff like that. And you used to be able to say, oh, you just rise above it. But I mean, that or ignore the bullying. Like, but that kind of advice, that doesn't, I don't think that translates to this day and age anymore. And then back in my day too, if you got bullied too much, at a certain point, you can just put that bully's head in the wall.
There you go, Justin.
And it's like, even if you, I mean, no, y'all laughing, but I'm dead serious, man. You know, like back in my day, like I said, I've been bullied to points where, it's like, you know what, I ain't gonna listen to this shit no more. And I saw that problem with extreme violence, but then the thing is with that though is like,
justified, Justin.
They understand that you ain't want to be. They understand that you ain't want to be messed with either.
No, I feel that.
You know, like bullies are cowards, man. A lot of times, once they realize that, you ain't gonna just sit there and be pushed no more. You know what I mean? A lot of them tuck their tails and hide. Like, they don't want that kind of energy, and it's a weird time because that's lost. That's not how you deal with that anymore. But I feel like it's also kind of important to learn to stand up for yourself. So I don't know. I'm not a parent. I don't know how you balance that. I don't know how you even like broach that. Like, if I always think, like, if I had a kid and they was being bullied, my advice would be the advice that I got, which was
violence.
I mean, to a certain point, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Like, don't start. My mom basically, don't start no shit, but finish it. So I wasn't going to be out there starting trouble or nothing, but if someone came at me, it was on me to put them down,
Yeah.
but it was what it was, man.
Yeah.
It was what it was.
Sometimes you got to do it,
Yeah, but I mean, I believe that. That's just how I grew up, man. And that's antiquated. That might be antiquated thinking. That's probably not the best way to handle it now. I freely admit that, but I do think that there were some benefit to that. And then you learn a lot. Like, you ain't gonna win every fight, But
you might. There's some respect there too,
Yeah, but you get that respect. People see, okay, he's not one that's just going to be pushed. He's not one that's just going to, just take it and never stand up. And then, you hear like tell the teachers and shit, which you should, but that only gets you so far. It ain't always going to be a teacher to tell. You know what I mean? So you gotta be willing to, like,
Cobra Kai, baby.
Cobra Kai. You know what? All right. You know what though? That's the thing though. I love that show. One of my favorite Netflix shows.
They need season 4. Yeah, go ahead.
Might be number 2 right under Daredevil as far as my favorite show. But he brought up, I loved it because, like, I was Johnny. I'm that old dude with these new kids coming up, and you kind of like, for lack of a better term, you're being a pussy, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta push these kids, man. You gotta instill some of that 80s grit.
That grit.
Like, you know what I mean? Just into them, man. Like, you gotta, like, and I think kids will realize, like, they're a lot stronger than they think they are. But once again, I will say this too, though. Just to say, even back in my day, though, you could get in a fight and win or lose and didn't really have to worry about losing your life the next day. Kids are shooting up schools and shit.
That's true.
I don't want to just, like, gloss over that, man. That's a real fear of, like, if I get an altercation, this person might legitimately come to
my house or
or come to the school and, like, so, that's a very layered issue, man. That's a very layered issue. I would wish that any kid being honestly, I'll put it like this. I would wish that any kid that's being cyberbullied just block them people online.
Just block them.
Use that block button and just.
At that point, just block them. It'll be useful. Yeah. Also, guys, I know for the people that's still in here, we're definitely gonna hit a little overtime. If y'all good with that.
I know we took off on so many tangents and everything.
So we're gonna we're gonna go a little overtime. If it's cool with you, give us that little thumbs up. That'll be appreciated. But let's see what Rio said. Cyberbullying, making people kill themselves. Things happen to me, but you power through it. You got to fight back. That's why there's mass shootings and all that. Me too. I just finished season 3. You're going to block me, Mitchell. Julie, Julie likes the OT, so we're going to keep on going.
Right.
Free, thank you. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Let's moving on. So she blocked me in all platforms. That's usually the worst. It means don't contact me. Don't contact me. Thank you, Yaku. The worst, but not all hope is gone. Give her time. Give him time, whoever it is. Don't make a new account to contact. That's another thing, too. It's like a lot of people want to find out what happens. It's kind of like, well, it's going to sit in your mind. And it's kind of how the whole out of sight, out of mind thing. Like, just give that person time. Time is your best friend at that point. There's no, there's a big reason why that person blocked you. And Marina, I see you.
That hurt. You see my face? That hurt.
Where's that block button? Block her now.
She was like, hell no.
We got extra defensive.
Marina was like was like a Roman emperor at the pit. She was like, thumbs down, like kill this fool. Oh Jesus.
She's picking up too many cues from Julie. This whole roasting thing, she's taking it to the next level. Can't understand Mitch. Oh, okay, all right. Okay.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Here we go again. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, so she blocked me on all platforms. Leave her alone. You just gotta leave her alone. We're just gonna leave it at that. Only time will tell at that point.
Yeah,
there's not much we can do.
And I'll say this too, like. Number one, you're 100%, man. I agree with you with that. Don't do that whole make a new account to contact things. That's weird. That's creepy. That's predator behavior, and that's not predator. What you want. It really is. It's like you come in all of a sudden and you just got a different space or an exclamation mark at the end of your name. Like, so why'd you block me, huh? Like that, like that's scary as shit. That scares me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then. Oh no, I was just gonna say, you're right. There is a reason that she blocked you, and time is on your side. And I also think too, just because she blocked you doesn't mean that she's no longer following you. I don't think that's how it works. I'm not sure.
Like, so if you block somebody, if it's on social media, usually you're unfriended and all that too.
Okay.
Usually, but it doesn't mean that person. If she blocked you, it doesn't mean you're still not on her mind. It means that she needs time for herself. And it's, it's coming from a place that she wants to, And I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Can I have your number? Can I have it? Oh, yeah. When he sniffed her? Can I have it?
Mad TV was buck wild, man. They had so many skits that I look back, I'm like, how the hell was that even on television?
I just, going out there sniffing girls' hairs.
I mean, no.
And be like, what's up, girl? Right.
So basically what you're saying is this show ain't going to be long because you're going to be locked up for some kind of predatory behavior.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
don't do
Mad
that.
Mad TV. Yeah, but it was funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
But if you said the good thing though with that being blocked on platform, time is on your side, man. Like this is time for you to do some radical change. It is what it is. We talked before about like if a woman loses interest in you, especially saying stuff like you're boring or you're corny, something like that, the only way to get that to change her mind is to have a radical transformation, which normally means disappearing for a while and coming back. That could be hard if you deal with a day-to-day basis, work, something like that. But, if this is some online thing, if y'all just talking and all of a sudden she just blocks you, like this is your chance. Like, okay, what I have now is the gift of anonymity. So I can go do what I need to do to work on myself, to make myself better, to make me the best choice ever. And then I can come back. And when this person decides to come back or look or whatever, it's like, wow, what have you been doing? Now you have intrigue and stuff. So, that could definitely be, depending on how you look at that, man, it could definitely be a plus,
For sure.
So you take it to a strategy in your favor.
Yeah. So in Facebook, you can mute their posts and their stories without them knowing. Yeah, cool. Okay, when you unfriend, they see that.
You did.
Yeah, I didn't want to point that. You know what? That was not my place, but I'm glad you pointed it out, Justin. I'm not the bad guy.
Look, I ain't even go for. I'm gonna be. I got rid of my Facebook, man. I deactivated that shit. It was a cesspool, and I mean, like I said earlier, blocking people for political stuff. it's not even that I want people to think the same. It was just too much, just random crap, just popping up.
It's overloaded information. We don't need all that. Let me think for myself.
Yeah, let me figure it out. And I just like, I was like, you know what? And it's like, how often am I even on that platform? I'm not.
Yeah.
So gone.
Yeah. Gone.
Yeah. So I don't need to stay in contact with the person I worked with 18 years ago at that restaurant for, you know what I mean? for 3 months. I don't need to be that.
Yeah, I might need to block Julie. Hold up. What's all this? I need she was like, she could spy on me. I see you. Private. It's never really gone, Justin. So yeah.
I know it's always out there.
Quick recap for this. She blocked me on all platforms. Not the worst. I mean, it is the worst, but just time is on your side. But we talked a lot about understanding. Like the reason, like, okay, she blocked you because of this. She blocked you because of that. But understand, like that's why that word is underlined in red. And I got this idea from Dan Bacon. So if you guys want to check him out, he's very smart when it comes to reattracting a girl back or whatnot. But he put down 4 examples where you might be too needy. Or you might be too vanilla. You born. Nothing wrong with born, but maybe it's not for her. Yeah. Maybe you were just angry. Yeah. Or maybe you're too soft. Yes. What do you want? Where do you want to sit? What do you want to eat today? Are you hungry? You want me to go get it?
Soft. Yeah. Yeah, being soft is not yeah. I don't want to I'm not saying all guys should be the same and all this stuff. Don't get me wrong, but you definitely.
No, they shouldn't be soft. Don't be soft.
Definitely need to have you
have to have some assertiveness.
You got to have some assertive, some backbone on some things, I personally think the best relationships are ones where she's not 100% sure you haven't killed the person. She needs to know that's in there. Not her, but just you. She needs to know that you got that animal in you, that psychopath a little bit. Just to feel safe herself.
I can see where you're coming from with that.
I say that kind of joking, but I'm kind of serious for real. Like I do think I think, and I know we live in a different world and things are changing, but I think there's an instinctual desire for a lot of women to feel safe with their guys, one way or another, but to have a thing of safety. So I think that, I think that's kind of the bad boy appeal to a degree. You know what I mean? Where if, women get with like dangerous guys, I think it's the beauty of the beast mindset, but it's also the, there is a level of safety. Like, I know this dude will fuck things up. I know this guy isn't a pushover. So it is a place for that. So guys, if you wanna keep your ladies, I say just randomly threaten people.
Yeah, just be careful. Be careful.
Yeah, just when you're out, if somebody look at you, just look at them and be
she needs to know that you can protect her.
I will cut your face off. Just something egregious. You know what I'm saying? Like, go all the way.
All right. All right, Justin.
Yeah.
All right, Justin.
Wow. I am going to hunt you down, Mitchell.
Okay, that's a threat. Somebody screenshot that, send that to me. I need help.
Mitchell, can you protect yourself?
Yeah, no, Justin, I'm sitting around you. I'll be like, yo, if she comes, you know what to do.
I don't think I want that kind of heat. That's
didn't you just say you gotta inflict? All right.
But I don't want.
I see.
Wait, let me tell you. Listen, let me share something from my own part. This is kind of off the rails anyway. So I used to be a bouncer at a club for a few years, and the worst fights were always between women. Okay, so if a woman says I'm gonna hunt you down, I don't want to get involved in that. I don't want to get involved in that because that means pets are gonna die. Okay, that means people are gonna get poisoned. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna ruin your credit. Like, this is gonna be like bad all the way around, man. Like, it's gonna ruin your life.
First.
Yeah, she's gonna ruin your life.
You drink it. No, I think you thirsty. You drink that first.
She's just gonna ruin your life. And Julie looks very sweet.
Yeah,
She
that's
looks
the
like a
scary part.
super sweet person. So when it goes bad, it's gonna be like real
bad.
bad.
But
she gonna be telling you sweet shit while she breaks your hand with a ball peen hammer.
Oh God.
So
Let's see. So understand why she blocked you. Very, very important. We're gonna go on to those topics, and we're gonna give you a reason, like a little example, example that Dan Bacon gave too. Okay, but so how to handle being blocked? This is how you handle it. So, thank you, Dan Bacon. Great shout out. Good shout out. So if you're being too needy, as a guy, be relaxed, be a little bit more easygoing. And these are his words. Okay? If you're too neutral or like you're too vanilla, you want to be a little bit more funny, a little bit more flirtatious. Right? And this is after you understand why you got blocked. Now, if you did something completely bad, like you cheated, like I don't think there's a lot of hope coming back to that. You know what I mean? I think it's to the severity of what you did. Maybe you killed attraction, right? Maybe you're angry. You need to relax a little bit. You gotta be a little bit more easygoing. You gotta be more on the positive side. You gotta just be more optimistic. And if you're too soft, you gotta be a little bit more dominant. Kind of like the whole, oh, what do you want to eat? Maybe change it up and be like, I want to eat pizza. Do you want to eat pizza with me? Kind of thing, right? Let's sit over there instead of being like, oh, so what do you want to sit? Do you want to sit next to the door? Do you want to sit next to the window? Are you hot? Like, stop being too nice.
Maria said, why vanilla? Why not chocolate? Girl, now we know chocolate ain't boring. Okay? We know this. All right. We know this.
Okay. I see what you did there, Justin.
But you were saying? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Why not chocolate? Yeah, so like an example of what Dan Bacon said was if you're too vanilla, you're too neutral. Like, let's just say she messaged you. She messaged you, and you just this boring guy, right? And she says, hey. Hello, Forever Young. How you doing?
What's up, Phil?
She says, hey. You go and be like, hey, ex-girlfriend, how are you? How are you doing? She'd be like, wow, okay. Hello, ex-girlfriend. What was that supposed to mean? Then he go change it up. He just be like, oh, let me rephrase that. Hello, pretty ex-girlfriend. How are you? And that's, then you kind of, you being a little playful. You being a little bit flirtatious. You changing up the game. Something that you could use to re-attract her again. Because you were too boring in the beginning. Now you just got to change it up. Right? So that's an example. But if you guys want to know more about that, go check out his channel. Dan Bacon, for all the men out there. Pick a few things.
You send me that clip, that link. I'm most definitely going to be checking it out. Just, see what he says and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So, let's see. So I don't get any flirtation from Mitchell. Yeah, you don't get a lot from me. But we do have 2 questions, which was the question I asked on on my story earlier. How do you feel about being blocked by someone you care about? Which says, I think I'll be hurt. I try to find out why I was blocked though.
Yeah, well, I mean, once again, it's a reasonable understanding. That's a reasonable feeling, man. Like, I think everyone wants to why, what happened? Why did he talk? It's just making sure you don't react off those emotions. Yeah. That's don't just all of a sudden go blowing up their phone.
It's a great time to self-reflect at that point. It's a great time to sit back and think, like, what did I do wrong? And, was it any of those 4 over there? Were you too needy? Were you too neutral? What did you do? Yeah. Try to figure that out. Self-reflect on those 4. Okay.
Yeah. And I also say too, man, like, most definitely, and I encourage people. Ask yourself, is this worth my time? How much do I really care? Is this some ego stuff? Are my feelings hurt? Are my feelings hurt? Do I really need closure for this, or is this something I'll just let go? So, yeah.
Then Julie just getting people hungry in here. Bacon and eggs on bread. Okay. Mitchell can't be my bread. Ho. That's fault to me, girl.
I feel like I'm too young to read that comment.
Is it?
You know,
I feel
like I'm not.
Are you?
I feel like I'm not old enough to read that. Yeah. To read that comment. That seems like a very personal adult statement.
But yeah,
if I'm being honest. But yeah,
you know, good time to self-reflect. And I feel like we talked a lot about accountability. You know, this is your time to ask yourself, like, what did I do wrong? Maybe you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yaku just said it. Yeah. Maybe it's their problem. You know, but just reflect on the situation as a whole. You know.
Yeah. We also got another one too as well, which is
I got you. Kind of stings a little and upsetting. Once again, we completely understand. Like, it hurts. You know, it definitely hurts. And being upset, especially if you've been talking a lot to these people to that person. You know, if it's one of them things where y'all been messaging back and forth like throughout the days for, a few days or weeks, and all of a sudden they just go ghost on you. That's that's a lot of emotional investment for something like that to happen. So but I kind of to go to what the chaps was saying, Bree brought up, Yaku just reiterated too. It might not even be you. It might be might be their issue. Maybe they're going through something traumatic. Maybe So you don't know. You don't know, which is once again, and I keep going back to this because, like, to me, it's the most invaluable action you could take, which is no action. Like, take a step back, reflect on what's really happening before you decide you want to respond or go stalking, or make a make a fake account to message. And why the hell did you block me? Any of that? You know what I mean? Take that. Really, I'm serious. Take that step back. Because the truth is. Maybe you did something, maybe didn't attract them, but also maybe they're going through something. And I know we're running long, but we talked a little bit about one thing, and I do want to bring it up because I think it's important. It's like reaching out in your communication.
Change your communication styles.
Yeah, it's like first off, it's if it is you, maybe you need to change your communication style, how you communicate with that person, how they're receptive to it. Could be huge. Also, like the frequency. I say I'm of the mind of giving one shot. Maybe wait a week or so if you really want to, like I said, maintain that relationship with that person. Give it one shot. Shoot them. Hey, how you doing? Sort of a thing. Wait for a response.
Don't ask more.
Don't ask more. Don't try to pry. Just if you still get no response, maybe throw another one in another week or two or so.
Yeah.
And then
I'm reading the comments. Go
ahead. I know. I see them too.
Everybody. Bree, by the way, I see your comment, but I'm just gonna let Justin finish, and then we'll
and I was just gonna say, give it a little time. Maybe give it another a week or two. Try again, but I say give it like 2 times and then let it be.
Yeah. 2 times max. I wouldn't go more than that at that point.
No. I mean, like I said, I'm like I said before, I'm scorched earth, so I'm like screw it from jump.
Okay.
But that's not healthy. That's not right. That's my own crap. So but most definitely you can at least give it like one at least one.
At least one.
At least one.
Maybe 2, depending on how you feel. I'm more of a person that might give 2 shots. That's it. Like 2 is all you get. 3, you will not get a 3 from me. You won't get a 3 from me.
And you know what though? I do want to have a caveat too, because Bree had brought up some really good points about people. Maybe it's like a homeless situation or something like that. That person, especially if this is someone that you've had a lot of contact with over a period of time, and y'all been talking about a lot of stuff, and then all of a sudden they go dead. If that's the case, if you feel like it's not a relationship there, like they might need some help or something, disregard all this information we give you and do your best to reach out to help them. I do want to I do want to have that caveat. Like, sometimes people are just going through their own thing or they're in a dark place and they may need a little reminder that people care.
Oh yeah.
But this is more from the perspective of like, dating, flirtation.
You did something wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I just want to be clear about that.
Yeah. Let's see. Bree. So Bree, you wanted to ask. What's up, Joseph? Didn't see you on there. My bad.
What's up, man?
She wanted to ask a question. She said, "I got a question. I kind of want advice about it. Just want your perspective." Yeah. So yeah, please shoot us that question. If you could hit that little quote with that question mark in there, ask that question. I could pin it down over there so everybody could read it. Okay, a month ago. Okay. Bree, have you been following Mitchell for a while now? I did a candy cover, a dance cover for, not a cover, but what was that? A tutorial. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, wait, can I ask you something? Yaku's vegan?
Yeah, Yaku's
okay, yeah.
Yaku's the first vegan person I ever knew in my life. Yeah, just for people. I'm in San Francisco now, so I know a lot of vegans. But when I moved, I knew Yaku from school in Florida, and I moved from St. Louis, Missouri, like the hardcore Midwest. So I didn't know vegans were real. I thought that was some shit that was made up on TV, or like you was sick, so that's why you did that. You know what I mean? Like, because look, we put meat in every meat is in your vegetables. You know what I mean? So meet Yaku. I mean, I think it's part of the reason we're so close now. It was a culture shock. Like, he would always be like, "Oh, try this. This is just like meat." And I'm like, "No, how you know? You never had meat. Like, why are you gonna tell me?"
He had meat before, right? He never had
he was born vegan. He was born and raised vegan.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, that's probably why he's so talented of an artist and all that stuff, man. The dude, I was like, I swear this fool got some straight vegan powers. You know what I mean? Like Scott Pilgrim. if you know that reference, you a homie. You know Scott Pilgrim. All right, hold on. Let's read this question. What do you do in a case of a baby involved? My ex recently has blocked me, changed numbers and everything. Doesn't know the baby at all. Well, I think. Well, all right. Go ahead. Do you have any thoughts, or you want me to go?
No. Go ahead first, Justin. I'm gonna sit and think about that real quick.
I'll say this. I think that first off, it's his loss. If he doesn't want to be a part of that child's life and help raise that child, get to at least know the child and provide help with the person who the baby, like that's their loss. I think it's fucked up. I will say that. Not knowing any details and anything like that. I just think in general it's fucked up. It's weird because in that case it feels like it's not that they're not being active in the child's life or like the mother's life. It's like they're taking a step to be inactive. Like they're trying to shut that all off. So that's a whole different level of irresponsibility.
And very irresponsible for sure.
And coldness, and just not being involved. I think that and I don't say this as a consolation, but I will say this: I do think in a lot of relationships, and especially when you're talking about a single parent and like a single mother home, I think, all right, two parents are better than one. That's a proven fact. That said, I think that it's better to have one single loving functioning parent than it is to have
two
like not even a fighting, but a parent who is going to be in there and basically be fucked up, be a negative,
not be helpful,
be helpful, be toxic, be maybe even abusive, like emotionally, or what I mean, it sounds like this person does not. Is like I said, taking like steps to actively not be in the child's
to be a part.
life.
And I think
it may be best that you just they just let that person be. I mean, you can't force someone to be a father. You can't force them to be. You can't force anyone to be a good parent, let alone a parent in general. It is sad though, man. I really do think it's sad, and I think a lot of times later in life, people who, especially the guys who do that, come to regret it. And
that's what I was gonna point out too. A lot of
and then but I will say this: the good part of that is that at that point, it's all for you as a mother. You know, usually when that happens, the child is old enough to make their own decisions with that. They're usually a young adult, and then that's on them. And then that parent has to come looking for forgiveness from their kid, which is a whole nother beast. And, and there's a way heavier cross to bear.
It is.
You know, so you get you know, they get their comeuppance later on. You know, I truly believe that.
I mean, to answer that question too, as well, because you know, from a personal perspective, my dad left when I was 1, so I didn't really have a dad, and you know, after I grew up, he kind of came back into my life a little bit. Like he tries to do a whole lot, but at the end of the day, like my mom is the one that took care of me. My mom raised me. Like there's nothing you can do can ever make me choose a side. Like there's nothing you can do. Like what? Like that's, it's been so many years and so many decades. Now it's like unfortunately he did pass away, and I want to, what's that word? I want to feel a certain way about it, you know. But at the end of the day, I didn't know him as well, even though he was my dad, and I just couldn't feel that certain pain, I guess. That like it's like, damn, you got no remorse or what like that. I just couldn't feel it as much, and you know, I guess it's kind of like a blessing for yourself too. Like your kid will love you, right? Based off how you raised, you know, that kid. So, you know, for my mom raising me and, you know, not having like a father figure there, or like, you know, my dad being there, that took a toll, you know. So anything like, I love my mom, won't ever, you know, I can't pick a side. Dad, you're not.
No, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, you know, we've talked about this before. Like very similar. You know, I grew up single parent home. You know, dad wasn't really around. He was around a bit when I was really young, but when I got older, he was not around. You know, and I saw him a few times when I was older, like 14, 15, 16, I think, you know, and not even like relationship. It was like one time for maybe 10, 15 minutes, something like that. It was, I know what you mean. And I got to say this, I think, honestly, I believe in my heart, like you are way more empathetic is not the word I'm looking for, but at least, you know, I mean, not to put too much of your business out there. Like I said, we talked about that when you was going through that. You had way more complicated feelings about that situation than I did. Or like in my case, like, you know, the truth, my dad, I think he alive. I don't know. The truth is, I kind of really don't give a shit for real. Like, not that I hate the dude. Like, you know, he was, look, I saw him a few times. I know him. It's fine.
You know he exists.
I knew he exists, you know. Look, if I'm being blunt, I could have ended up in a napkin somewhere. So I'm happy that, you know, I was happy he was around, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I always grateful to that regard. But, damn. You know, I really, like, I don't have any feeling. Like, I don't know. I can't care. I'm not going to act like I'm a care. It's, it is what it is. You know, I don't know what else did Bree say. To add, in that case, he has other kids with another woman too that he's taking care of them. That's, I ain't gonna front. That's like a lot of complicated layers. I don't know. Like, it could be anything from he fucked up with your kid. So he's like, well, I fucked up one. I ain't gonna fuck up the other.
Yeah.
And then maybe it's some shame that's not like bringing him back. He's cut it off. It could be some of that, and then maybe some of this new woman being like, I ain't fucking with any kids that ain't mine, so I ain't dealing with. You know what I mean? So that could be so many complicated, layers and complicated things that like I don't really know like how to analyze that. I'll just say this. Look, I think. Just a little bit that, you know, we've known you for these 3 months coming in and talking and stuff, and even seeing you up there. You know, you seem like a great person. You seem like a great mother. You know, and I know I ain't telling you nothing you don't know yourself. Focus, just focus on your kid. You know, try
Take
your
care.
best.
Try your
Not
best.
to worry too much about that dude, because the truth is you can't control what he does. You can't control what he does. You can't control what he wants to do. And as your kids say, yeah, of course. I mean, I mean that shit too, because I think I like I said, I don't have kids, so I don't like trying to give people parenting advice, because I'm like, who the hell am I to say? What I mean?
But we're in a different end of that other spectrum where we experience some of that. So this is our take on that too. And Marina, I see you too. Your dad, your mom left you. Yeah, you can't seem to care now. It's no.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, we are people. People are way more durable and adaptable than we realize. It's I will say in Marina's case, not to make any assumptions, anything about your situation. I do see like it is more uncommon to hear that it's the mother.
It's
like
the dad.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's like I mean, honestly, and I'm putting this to my life, thinking about my situation. Like that would be way more devastating to me than my dad. So I take my hat off to you for just overcoming that. Becoming the person you are. Doing something like that, because that is having just one parent in general is very hard.
Yeah,
but I do think there's a connection with the mom that is it's something else. I don't really, what I mean? I don't really know how to explain it. I don't. It's truly otherworldly. So yeah.
It seems like we have a lot in common in this chat too.
Yeah,
we have a lot in common in this chat. Yeah, so
which is why we come here and talk to dudes, man. But, it's a lot of a lot of people are talking about like father. You seem to be fatherless, us too included, man. And it's like that's why I want guys, especially younger guys, or just guys in general, to like really understand,
have some responsibility,
have some morals, have an ethic about yourself, and understand that like when you out here betting women and taking them to bed, like
it comes with
it comes with like a side of it. If she gets pregnant, you may be in a position where now you are bringing a life into this world, and it is, even if you don't like the woman, and y'all don't get along, and it was supposed to be just a booty it's a responsibility to that child.
Own up to your mess ups.
It's a responsibility to that child, that you try to stick it out, that you like be there and help raise and take care of that child. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of dudes. I mean, speaking as a dude, it's hard to think like, it's hard. I will say this, because I think it's hard to be a father if you didn't have a father around to watch and see. There are things where you just might you might have fears unknown, or maybe you don't have that resource to reach out for advice and stuff like that. But I say that saying to also say like that shit shouldn't be an excuse. You know what I mean? I think the kids, like
it's not the kid's fault.
It's not the kid's fault, and the kids will really remember if you're a good person, like if you wasn't abusive or nothing. Kids definitely are going to agree with. We're going to remember the good times more than the bad.
Oh yeah. What what Yaku said. Can't really read this. Okay. That's the reason for. Oh, you go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Yaku said that's the reason for lots of people going to gangs to get male attention.
Yeah. No, it truly is. I believe. I mean, that's huge, especially for guys looking for male leadership. You look at gangs. I think there's a piece of it too, with like women choosing certain type of guys come from father issues on some level. And this isn't some revolutionary thought. This is all proven studies. So like dudes not staying around and not trying to raise their children is
I think that's
detrimental to society.
I think that's a coward move. It's a very, very it shows a lot about that person.
Yeah.
Even though it might not be fair in like the case of like what Bree is, it might not be fair, but he's still a coward for not trying to own up to his own responsibilities.
Yeah, that once again, that kid didn't ask to be in this world.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
that's not that kid's fault. You know what I mean? And I mean, especially when it's like a situation where like the mother really wants the kid's father to be around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's like a whole nother level
Yeah.
of just cowardness.
Yeah.
So,
And and we're not just talking about like the whole child support too. Like if you could be a part of that kid's life, not just be like, here's a couple, here's a couple of bills, go deal with that. You know what I mean? Like,
like
you
actually being
gotta
there to raise the
be
kid,
there.
know the kid, teach
Yeah.
the child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just I will say this too, like for like Bree or especially any single mother who is like trying to raise a kid, especially a son. Like, do your best. Like, don't beat yourselves up. Like, really don't beat yourselves up or feel any kind of guilt about the father not being around, because ultimately it is his decision. Regardless of what happened, regardless of how stuff worked out, regardless of anything, ultimately it's that dude's decision. So yeah, just try to focus on the welfare of your kid.
You can't change what other people does, but what you can do is make the best out of the situation with the cards dealt with you to you.
And I point out too, like support systems. Like I was lucky. Like I said, my dad wasn't around, but I was very lucky. I had a lot of uncles who stepped in and filled a lot of roles. I had a lot of family friends. So I was very lucky that I wasn't necessarily starved for like male attention or like male guidance and things. I always had a older man that I could turn to and ask for, like some kind of guidance or support if needed. Or there was times even my mom would ask like an uncle of mine, go talk to him because something, man, I just think you need a guy to talk to. You know what I mean? So so I think that's so it is an issue. It's not y'all's issue, and just do the best you can. I think y'all, once again, I think y'all be a great mother. So.
Yeah, and hats off to Bree too, because I know that's not just easy, just kind of opening up, especially like in this public platform. So I know that wasn't easy. So hats off to you.
Thank you. Thank
you for sharing.
Like, even like during that conversation, because it is like it is important to realize that like knowing. We laugh and joke, and we do this show definitely in the vein of fun, but it's definitely like serious topics and stuff too. Like sometimes people just need to, hear an outside opinion on something.
Well, the core of the show that we're doing is so that men could be better men, and this is not to change and manipulate people, and that's not it. It's like to play it in your favor, but at the same time, understand that because you do know this type of knowledge, it does come with responsibility, and it's kind of like just don't use it and be an asshole about it. You know what I mean? Really be a better person, be a better guy, own up. There's accountability, there's responsibility. We talk about a whole lot of that already. So men out there, own up if you mess up.
And do your best, man. Like once again, I think that like folks have an idea what they need to have in order to be an effective force in someone's life, and it's like a lot of times just showing up and being there, good or bad, like it's like 80 to 90% of that. So
And there's no a better feeling to know that your kid loves you, and they know. Once they get old, they will know. They will know for sure. All the love is 100% of love is for you.
Yeah.
Because you can only have you can really only have one mother or one dad.
Yeah,
that's what
true.
it is. Yeah,
that is very true. Yeah, very true. Yeah. We got real there for a minute.
We got real. We got real. Yeah.
I had to put on my Dr. Phil hat for a second. You know what I mean?
What did Julie call you?
Yeah, had to
She called you.
Call what?
She called you Steve Harvey.
Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ. I hate that man. Hate is a strong word. I don't,
Hate is a strong word. You might dislike him a little bit.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I'm not taking responsibility. I'll just put it like this. I'm not taking relationship advice from a man that's been divorced 4 times. Okay? Okay? Because you honestly don't know what the fuck you doing. Like, if you do anything for it, what?
Well, maybe he'll learn. Maybe he'll learn.
4?
Like he has a lot of
4? Listen, I give you twice. Okay? I'll tell you twice. Twice, maybe you get married young, you become a different person. Maybe you married for the wrong reason.
Mm-hmm.
And you 4, like, I think he on like 3 or 4. Like, after that, I'm like, dog, what? Come on, man.
Okay, once we got virtual glasses, we can.
Do a group hug.
Virtual group hug.
Just group hugs. I know. Just powwow up in this piece.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know.
But let's do a quick little recap, Justin, before we end the show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How's that? Yeah. Topic is she blocked me. What does it mean when she blocks you? Diminishes attraction, right? That's the core of it. Examples could be you might be over pursuing, you're annoying her, something that you did. There's a reason, but a lot of it is you destroyed the attraction. Go ahead, Justin.
She blocked me because out of sight, out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, maybe she likes you too much or something like that, or doesn't really need you. Can't resist you, which is some real shit. And not to sound arrogant, it's some real shit. But and blocking you is her way to get over it. Has someone else lined up, but that is what it is at that point.
It is,
keep it moving. Over pursuing you, being needy and everything, being annoying. You learn to pull back. Value yourself, man. Pull back.
Block me.
Block me.
I like the whole.
Get that voice out of my head.
I like the whole virtual hug thing.
Yeah, Yaku goes. He was married 3 times. Yeah, well, same difference. Okay, and I'm not knocking anybody who's been married multiple times. I'm knocking people who's been married multiple times writing relationship books.
I'm gonna move on, Justin.
Blocked me. Oh no, that was on you. My bad.
Oh no, she blocked me in some platforms, but not all. So means that there's some line of communication. Maybe she just doesn't want you to see certain things. Kind of what you say, Justin. She blocked you in all platforms.
Yeah. She blocked me on all platforms. The worst, but not all. Hope is gone. Give her time. Don't make new accounts. No contact. Yeah, don't be a creep. Just don't be a creep. That's some creepy shit, man. Don't be a creep. There's a reason why she blocked you. And once again, time is money. Time is invaluable. And like if she totally blocked you, you can disappear. You can work on whatever you want to work on. You can keep it moving. If that person or contact comes up, you should come back to a whole different person.
Yeah. What's up, Mercedes? How you doing?
It is.
Yeah. I would even say time does not equal money because time you can't get back. Money you can actually make back. So like really, really take a step back and really appreciate, like focus on yourself. Like the time that you have on this earth is limited. It is limited. You know what I mean? So if that person doesn't want to give you that time, take a step back, focus on yourself. That's the best thing. That's the best investment for. There's no better return than to invest in yourself. Whatever you want to do. Mercedes, I'm doing good. Our topic is we're talking about she blocked me. And we're just doing a quick recap right now. So we're about to end the show, but we're doing a quick recap. But yeah, understand why she blocked you. This idea came from Dan Bacon, so check him out. Maybe you being too needy. She blocked you because you were too needy. Maybe you were too vanilla. You too boring. Yeah. Nothing wrong with vanilla. Maybe it's not for her. Maybe it's because you're aggressive, right? Yeah. Maybe you're too soft, and then
change your style of communication. This is if you've been blocked and now communication is the lines of communication are very open. You obviously need to make some changes. Hopefully, use that time to think about why this block happened, what's going on. You've been working on yourself. as I preached before, and now people preach now. Is this even worth your time? You know, and then take it from there. Like if it is though, and you really want to like keep this relationship with this person, you know, you might have to adjust your style, your communication style. That chocolate,
that chocolate. What you say, Justin?
It's never boring. It's never boring.
Chocolate's not boring.
Chocolate's never boring. Come on now.
Okay, and then so changing your style, very important. It's Dan Bacon. It's Dan Bacon, not no Jordan Peterson today, surprisingly. So how to handle it? So if you're being too needy, a good way to approach that is when she unblocks you or he unblocks whatever, be more relaxed and be a little bit more outgoing, easygoing. If you're too neutral, be funny and flirtatious. Just I'm gonna let you finish off the other two.
If you're angry, be relaxed, easygoing, and positive, which is great advice. But I think it's a little hard for angry people. And then if you're too soft, be a little dominant and loving. Yeah. If you're angry, you see that person just red, biting their tongue, trying not to like blow up. But it's like, oh, no, it's all good. But if you're soft, be be a little bit more assertive. Make some decisions. Yeah.
And then I guess we could give them a little quick sneak peek on what we're doing on Thursday.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What are we doing Thursday, Justin?
Basically talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, which is having fun in your relationship.
Very important. I think
this is important. I think that it's a topic that's overlooked. Be honest. We see a lot of relationship stuff on YouTube and IG and a lot of people, and it's always talking about find someone you can build with, and if you ain't got goals, what are you worth? And this, that, and the other. But what about just having some fun? What about just being happy? Able to joke with somebody and being happy? Obviously I want somebody to build with, as they say. But it's more important to me to have somebody though that I actually enjoy life. With. I can sit around and just be goofy, or I can sit around, we could just laugh at similar things, or she just lets me laugh at something crazy and just let me be me, which is my situation most of the time, if I'm being honest. My sense of humor's fucked up, so it is what it is.
I have a little understanding of your sense of humor, Justin, so that's good. And not to try to give anything away, but it's like a lot of people settle, and a lot of it is know your worth a little bit too, but we're going to be talking about that a little bit more on Thursday. Let's see what Mercedes says. She says, for me, if someone blocked me, I'd be like, okay, whatever, you're lost in reality, because at the end of the day, all you have is yourself. Yeah, for real.
Once again, we come from similar school. That's what I say. I call it the scorched earth mentality.
Surely.
That's how I feel. That's my look. I'll tell you like this. I started going bald at a very young age. All right, I had a bald patch on my. It was thinning, and I learned the long way. I was trying to grow an afro, and I had a bald patch, and I was like, "Oh, this ain't working." And I thought about Rogaine, and I went to Walgreens, and I was looking at the Rogaine, and I had this epiphany. I was like, "Am I gonna really put this shit on the top of my head for the rest of my life?" And then they had that mirror there. They had that stand where you try the glasses on. And so I looked over and I saw myself in the mirror and I looked at my hair and I was like, you know what? Fuck you. And I went and I bought some clippers and I went home and I shaved my hair. I was like, you gonna leave me? I'm leaving you. I don't want you. And I shaved it off. And I've been bald ever since. Scorched earth, baby. Scorched earth. All right. If they don't want you. Contradict everything I just said on this stream. If they don't want you, you don't want them. You want to block me? I'll delete your whole profile, son. Scorched earth. Okay, that's how we do it.
Like we did on MySpace. But for real,
yeah. So sorry, Tom. We all owe Tom. We all owe Tom an apology
before loving somebody else and never settle for less. Yeah. But you also here's another caveat too. You have to know how much you're worth too. You can't just be like, oh, I'm worth this much, and then you're not really working towards anything in your life. What she said, Julie could dress like a Pokemon. I think I would date that. I would date that.
Once again, I don't need to get it. I don't know if I'm old enough to hear this.
No, you are. You know what Pokemon is? It's right behind me, Justin. Right there. That's Squirtle. But
yeah,
we hit overtime, but
we hit way overtime. But it was a great show.
But it was a great show.
We talked about some real things.
Yeah. A lot of real things.
Thank you again, Bree, for sharing too. That was all.
Bree, I really appreciate that.
We've talked about that format, so we want to work on like making that a real thing.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And you know, how do you guys feel about us moving towards like a YouTube or like a Twitch one day? So yeah, let me know how you feel about that. That way we can have more people come in and join, and then we can both talk to them too as well. I think that'll be more fun too as well. Get more people. But thank you all for always coming in, showing all the love and support. That means a lot to us, and we do.
For real, much appreciated.
Yeah.
Doing this has helped me stay sane during quarantine. So
for sure. We do these Instagram lives every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys find this video content of value, you can show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equal to the value of this video. Our PayPal will be on the screen. Hyperius, Justin. We got to get you that sponsorship. You know,
my Audible sponsorship that hasn't come yet. Watch this. I made that rant. Now I'm gonna get sponsored by Rogaine. I'm gonna have to come back. Y'all gonna be like, Justin's a paid chill. He been paid off. I'm gonna come back with a big throw. Like, look, Rogaine is the greatest thing you can. You're gonna be able to sell it. Listen, these are COVID days. I need that paper, son. Okay. We can't trust the government. Okay.
Yeah. And,
man. But thank y'all for tuning in, man.
For tuning in.
Our next show, most definitely, next show up. Thank y'all. Be safe, everyone.
Be safe. And Mercedes, I sent you that Starbucks thing. It was a long time ago. Plenty of bacon to share. And cool. We gotta get him some tofu bacon. Until Thursday. Thursday. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all take it easy, man.
Take it easy.
Peace.